Pokémon was the first video game I ever played. It might sound corny, but it was a pivotal moment in my life. I found so much enjoyment in going on an adventure in an unknown world, getting stronger and learning as I went. In every Pokémon game, the first steps of the journey set the tone. Whether you're stepping off of a moving truck or heading downstairs to talk to your mom, it's clear that once you start moving, you're leaving behind the comfort of the ordinary. Call me crazy, but I feel like real life is the same way. New challenges and new adventures can be intimidating at first, and you might make a lot of mistakes. For me, I love trying new things, and I love a challenge. I'm in the process right now of figuring out what's next. In the meantime, there's one thing I've always wanted to try. As much as I've loved playing Pokemon, I've never dove into the competitive scene. I've watched with intrigue from afar, but always thought it seemed too intense, too stressful. There was no way I could handle it as a casual. I'd probably get steamrolled and get embarrassed that I failed or beat myself up thinking I wasted time and effort on something I should have known I could never do. But I've been learning to dream bigger, and I'm hoping that pulling this off gets me closer to what I've been searching for. This is the story of how I snuck into the upper ranks of online Pokemon battles as a casual player with no experience. I couldn't have done something like this alone though. In order to pull off a heist like this, I was going to need a team. Alright, hi, hello, this is future editing me. I figured I'd step in at the beginning of the video just to explain two quick things. First of all, if you look down at the link of the video, I promise you I spent way more than that amount of time playing Pokemon. So what I'm saying is I obviously just won't be able to show you every single game that I played. I'm just going to be showing you highlights and the important games. Just trust me though, I think it all flows together really well. The second thing I wanted to explain is just what VGC is, like what competitive Pokemon is. Maybe you've never seen anything about it, or maybe you've never even played Pokemon before. Which if that's you, hi, hello, you should stick around, Pokemon's dope. I often tell people that Pokemon is kind of like advanced chess. Chess only has 6 pieces, Pokemon has over 1,000. And each of those 1,000 Pokemon can have a wild variety of moves. You train up your 6 pieces that you choose to use, and you go up against trainers who have their 6 pieces that they've chosen to use. I'm gonna be playing official VGC rules only, which is double battles. Honestly, I do not know how people play single battles and enjoy it. I'm sorry, it just does not look fun. Whenever you match up against an opponent, you'll get to see their 6 Pokemon and they'll get to see yours. Then, out of your 6, you choose the 4 that you want to bring into the battle. Then it's all mind games from there. Let's say you lead Charizard and Venusaur and your opponent leads Blastoise and Venusaur. You might think, oh no, they have a Blastoise. What if it uses a water move into my Charizard? I should swap out. But what if they know you're gonna swap out? What if they predict it, and they predict that you're gonna go into your own Blastoise, so they use a grass move from their Venusaur into the slot where your Charizard is. Now you've swapped in your Blastoise, and now it takes a grass move. But what if your opponent thinks that you're gonna think that, and they know that you're gonna think that, so they know that you're gonna stay in, so they use the water move into the Charizard. There's a lot more to it than that. I mean, there's weather, there's terrain, there's so much more, but that is the basic premise I think I could give anyone to understand what you're gonna be seeing in this video in a world where you had no clue coming into it. So without further ado, let's get to heisting. Before any good heist, it's important to do some research. I had a vague idea of what I was getting into, but I went to Pokemon Showdown to really get a taste. I took in a team that I prepped way back when Scarlet and Violet first came out, and though I did get a couple wins, we resist those all day. Hex takes Whimsicott down. This could be the W! Don't flinch! Let's go! It was also a swift reality check. Yeah, I knew you'd lead Sand. I knew you'd do that! I knew you'd do that! And you weren't prepared for Terra Water Pulse into your T-Tar, brother. From max special attack Noivern, Terra Water, how much do you think this Water Pulse will do? 30%, 50%, 100%. How'd that do no damage? How'd that do no damage? I think the reason I was getting so thrown off by damage in moments like this comes down to EVs, IVs, and items. All those random items you pick up in the overworld in Pokemon games, or the ones you can buy in the shop, can really affect how a Pokemon operates in battle. From a Life Orb making your Pokemon stronger at the cost of losing health, to an Assault Vest making your Pokemon much bulkier, but now they can only use moves that do damage. With EVs and IVs, the simplest way to put it is they're just numbers that affect the stats of your Pokemon. And believe it or not, in casual playthroughs, NPCs never really spend the time min-maxing their stats or picking the best item. But in online competitive play, each Pokemon I'm going against has been meticulously crafted by my opponent to be what they think is the most optimal version of that Pokemon, or at least the best for their team. Pokemon that I didn't expect to be doing really well are doing really well. Spoopers, the Houndoom, Loki has performed pretty well. I think Garganacl has performed really well. Noivern hasn't done squat. Grafaiai's Poison Jab is really strong. It did one-shot a Whimsicott, but... My first wave of testing was really to find one piece of information. What Pokemon was I going to be facing the most? And you see, I planned this heist at the perfect time, just like they do in the movies. We're going in when the guards are changing shifts. I'll keep this super short so we can go ahead and get to the heist quicker. But basically, I was starting this heist in early December during Regulation H. Regulations are basically just rule sets that determine which Pokemon you can bring. And in Regulation H, there are no Paradox Pokemon and no Legendaries. If a goofball like me was gonna make it to Master Ball tier, now was the time. After my test games, I started scouting. What if Flygon is cracked? Wait, what if Flygon is cracked? You're gonna tell me Delibird is the only flying type in the game that learns Fake Out, huh? Okay. I specifically wanted Pokemon that could help against these hurdles. Both forms of Ursaluna, Incineroar, Archaludon, Golden-Go, and Sneasler. I didn't go too crazy calculating damage, but it was a good tool for seeing what all a Pokemon could handle and what it couldn't. We did it! We got an FF! We made somebody FF! Let's go! And we got another FF! I've got 3 wins in a row, baby! Come on! This feels good. I love this game. Why would you imprison? What move did you think I was gonna use? I'm encored into... Come on! Come on! Is this the team? After a last-minute substitution and a little bit more research, it was finally time to assemble the team. You all know why I gathered you here. It's because I think you're the best of the best. But before we go any further, I just want to make sure. Is everyone in? I'll take that as a yes. First, I called in Twitch chat. Overdrive is a powerful stab move that hits both enemy Pokemon and gets an additional damage boost from chat's ability, Punk Rock. The rest of its versatile moveset made it good for any matchup. Next, Burger King is the only member from the original test team. Its Salt Cure move does extra damage to steel types like Archaludon and Golden-Go, and the rest of its moves assure it can stay on the field for as long as it needs. Then I reached out to the IRS. This nasty organization had a great type combination, making it immune to electric and ground type moves while still being my most offensive mon. I still needed something for Ursaluna, so I got the entire NFL wrapped into one big dude. Not only does he resist ground moves, but he has Ice Beam to take out dragon and grass types. And if the NFL can't give my enemies enough brain damage, then TikTok can. TikTok has some good coverage moves, but both the NFL and TikTok have Grass Knot, which from either of them will knock out an Ursaluna in one hit. Finally, I needed a menace that could threaten quick knockouts on any opponent. I actually had to trade for this Pokemon, and while I was coming up with a fun nickname for it, I gave it a placeholder name, then found out you could only nickname traded Pokemon once, so... Oh my gosh! Oh, but I woke up with the Love Berry, let's go! Now I recover and protect and let the Salt Cure do the rest. Come on, baby! If they double into Garganacl, even then... This might be the team, baby! This might be the team! Oh, the adrenaline pumping a little bit. Ooh! I'm litty. I'm so excited. I have done the research. I have done battles to practice. I've done the calculations. And I'm ready. Like Nick Fury, I have put together an elite team of Pokemon with a chip on their shoulder that want to prove themselves. I've never played VGC on here. I really don't even know the buttons to click. Ranked battles. Look, I'm getting the tutorial. I've never done this. My first match, my opponent leads Ursaluna Electabuzz, and something in my brain says, why would he use Electabuzz here? Maybe he gets Follow Me, a move he would use if he wanted to force me to hit Electabuzz instead of Ursaluna. But I look up whether or not Electabuzz gets Follow Me, and the internet says it doesn't. It does? I don't think it gets Follow Me. So I make a play predicting that my opponent will swap out because he doesn't want me to hit Electabuzz. Well, it turns out, Abomasnow's not going to take any damage. It does get Follow Me. Am I drunk? I was not drunk. The internet was just wrong, and this wasn't the only mechanic I'd look up incorrectly in my first match. Let me look up what Psychic Terrain even does, too, so that I don't look like a noob. Okay, never mind. Psychic Terrain... Okay, these are things that I'm learning, okay? We're learning. Dang. I literally win that every time if I just know what Psychic Terrain does, man. Oh, well. My next match, I predict my opponent wants to set up Tailwind to double their team's speed. And with Scrafty being a dark type, I figure it will knock off into Greg. What I didn't know was Scrafty knows Fake Out. I think he presses Tailwind here. He's gonna like Tailwind knock off maybe. Fake Out, that's really tough for me. That's really tough. Fake Out is a move that takes priority before other moves, but can only be used the first turn the user is on the field. It barely does any damage, but guarantees to prevent the target from moving. So because I protected with Greg, I essentially did nothing turn 1, and my opponent doubled their speed. A dark move or something. That does that much damage? Brother, are you Life Orb? No, it just does that much damage. Okay, knockoff was predicted. Overdrive takes out Talonflame. I feel like I'm gonna swap right back out of Empoleon. Amoonguss? So maybe I have to let Toxtricity die for the team. Yeah, and then low-key, I think I'm gonna Ice Beam Amoonguss as well. And we're just gonna see what happens. I figured that's fine. And we live! I'm cool with that. I might get slept. Does Amoonguss outspeed me in Tailwind? It doesn't. Psychic Noise. Lot of damage. Lot of damage. Amoonguss was prevented from healing. Ice Beam comes out. Come on. Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. I've got 2 dudes with no HP, brother. With the position I'm in, I decide to let TikTok go down and swap in Greg as my opponent tears their Dragonite. TikTok faints so I can swap in Greg, and next turn I let chat go down to boosted E-Speed. I have 2 Pokemon left. Why did I just let TikTok and chat die? It looks like things are heating up out there. Everybody just stick to the plan. My last Pokemon is Burger King. He doesn't want to take a super effective fighting move from Scrafty or a boosted E-Speed. Hold. Am I throwing? Hold. Maybe I'll get lucky though. Maybe he clicked E-Speed into the slot. Maybe he went ahead and clicked like a fighting move into it because he doesn't think Scarlet is a problem. That'd be the best case scenarios if he like doubled into that. Yeah? Let's go. If it's locked into E-Speed as well, both of my Pokemon are Ghost. So yeah, Scrafty's the problem. I need to... Oh! Yo! And we are to boot stuff in this mug, boy! All according to plan. By becoming Ghost type, Burger King is immune to E-Speed and fighting moves from Scrafty. After the Iron Defense, even Knockoff barely does any damage to Burger King. We take out the Scrafty, and it takes it out! Come on, baby, this is gonna be a dub! And my opponent forfeits. I've got Recover. I've got Bitter Blade to heal. Is he gonna FF? Ghost Garganackle, baby. Shout out Burger King. You know how it be. GG. GG, first dub. My next game taught me 2 things. The first was that Pelipper was more than just a range setter. It was a threat. Taking the helping hand, is it Clodsire? Don't be Clodsire. What's taking a helping hand Bitter Blade here? It's Clodsire! No! Too many Hurricanes anyway. That might kill me. Gosh, I didn't have the tools for this dude. Golly! The second thing I learned was how to keep playing for the win, even on the back foot. Salt Cure the Pelipper, my biggest op. I'm just stalling. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I don't think there's any way I win here, but I would have to take out the Clodsire. There's no way I win. I'll forfeit. I'm not gonna waste my opponent's time. If I got a crit there, I mean, maybe there's a chance. He gets the crit. Okay, wouldn't have mattered though. I've actually still got him on. Wait, I didn't realize I had Gliscor in the back. Can I win this? I was about to FF. Wait. Do I win this? Wait, we're in it. This is an easy protect from Abomasnow right here. Easy protect. And Poison Jab. Big protect here. Come on. Double into it. You know you wanted to. Fake out into the Abomasnow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who did the attack with Clodsire? Poison Jab's gonna pick up the KO. Wait a minute. We're in it. It was a crit. I genuinely don't think it mattered. I'm Hypercutter Life Orb adamant. Who does Clodsire attack? That's all that matters. Low kick. Who's it gonna be? That doesn't look good. He could always mess up. He could always throw. He could do something stupid. He's gonna do so much damage. Oh, it did nothing. Wait a minute. I'm tripping. And his defense fell. Like I said, he could mess up, and that's it. That was probably the worst play he could have made. That was the worst play he could have made. I was gonna forfeit. And now I think I'm gonna win the game. I think I'm gonna protect, because surely he CC's into Abomasnow this time. Maybe that was a misclick? Why is he CCing into Gliscor? But his defense and special defense fall. What's his high horsepower gonna do? I was gonna forfeit that game. And we came back and win that, man. The IRS had to come in and clean up. That man hadn't been paying his taxes, bruh. Come on! Come on, give me somebody with a weird team. Give me a freebie. Stop giving me Ursalunas and Archalic. Oh my god. My next game, I tried to make a really big read turn 1 that my opponent was going to set Tailwind rather than try and Weather Ball into my Greg. I got the read wrong and forfeited the next turn. Thankfully, I got my mental back next game, with chat easily spamming overdrives for the win. This is what I deserve this. I deserve this, alright? I decided to make my first small change to the team by giving the safety goggles to chat instead of the wise glasses. This would keep chat more safe in exchange for doing just a little bit less damage. But I didn't think I really needed that damage because things were going so well so far. My gut tells me I'm going to get to like Great Ball though and be kind of in the blindy. I feel like I'm going to get the Great Ball and just start. It's going to be rough. I can see it too where you go down. Okay, I'm cool with fighting a Torkoal team. Ursaluna is still the most dangerous thing on the field for me. Because Torkoal, I think I counter very well with Ceruledge alone. My pre-game analysis was right. Terra Grass Ceruledge was cleaning house, even though my opponent was using Pokemon I had never fought before. Believe it or not, I haven't calced Phantom Force into Charizard. My biggest struggle this game was actually that my opponent was taking forever, and I had somewhere I needed to be. I'm gonna have to poop soon, chat. This guy's gonna wait me out. He's gonna try and win off the poop strats. I think that's GG. Yep. And that's why we brought him, baby! Grassnot, fun fact, from Empoleon and Abomasnow. Both Grassnots one-shot Ursaluna 100% of the time. And we're into Pokeball tier. We're going deeper, baby. We're going deeper. Oh, I'm kind of lit, chat. Chat, they're getting me hyped up. Chat, I'm getting hope. Chat, who let me get my hopes up? I think this is still my best lead, but Terra Fairy on Abomasnow is actually insane here, I think. And I think I have to bring chat. Because my opponent leads Palafin, I easily predict that they want to swap it out. I protect Greg, preventing this, and I get a free knockout on the Ninetales. My opponent's next Pokemon is Lilligant. I can't protect twice, so I swap out Greg for the NFL to tank the flip turn. Lilligant tries to set up and takes a Poison Jab from the IRS. Is this where I Terra Fairy? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and cover for everything. I'm going to Terra Fairy in case she goes into Abomasnow. And then I'm going to swap out into Ceruledge so that if she uses a fighting move into Gliscor, I'm safe. I think this is the play. I don't know. I think I covered for all my options here. I think this is my safest play. Oh, I'm confused, though. Little tough, little tough. Knock off. What a crazy play. I need this. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Palafin returns to the field and terastallizes. I protect against the Jet Punch, and Rillaboom knocks off the NFL. My Citrus Berry! The NFL then fights through their confusion, to Grassnot Palafin. Expecting Greg to go down, I Shadow Sneak the Palafin for extra damage on his way out. The NFL pulls through again and takes out Palafin. Terra Fairy on the mother trucker, bruh. You don't even know! Terra Fairy Abomasnow been like that, bruh. Abomasnow snapped out of his confusion. Helping hand. Terra Fairy Abomasnow, son. What you know about it? What you know about it, bruh? GG. GGWP. I read it. I saw it on the team preview. You heard me say it. Terra Fairy Abomasnow there. That's why I brought it. It seems weird. Why would you bring Abomasnow, an ice grass type, into a team that has the sun setting up and a Ninetales? What would you do that for? I was really feeling myself at this point, and the next game was going to make me feel even better. when I got my first Rage Quit. From the jump, I start clicking overdrive on chat, and my opponent sets up Trick Room so that the slowest Pokemon now goes first instead of the fastest. What they don't expect is Garganacl in the back, yeah. Garganacl in the back, yeah. I swap in the big BK and overdrive safely again. Burger King is the slowest dude on the field, so my opponent's Trick Room benefits me now. Chat goes down to crit Flare Blitz, but with 2 low HP Pokemon that can't do anything to Burger King, they've had enough. This could be very predictable. If he Terra Incineroar, that'd be crazy. He's 1 HP. I'm getting a body press onto something here, I think. Oh my god! He just had no answer for me just spamming overdrive. The team, I didn't even Terra! I didn't even Terra, bruh. He wasn't ready for Garganacl. He set up Trick Room for me. He set up Trick Room, and then my Garganacl was the first thing to move on the field. That's so lit. My next game, TikTok finally had its time to shine. I don't know if it's a move that always crits. My defense falls, but my special attack raises sharply. Boom! Boom! And your tailwind petered out? Looks like it's all over for you, Chief. Woo! Continue battling, baby. Sadly, my hot streak ended after this when I learned something new about how weather works. Let me see how long the rain has. That's gonna be big here. Rain has 1 turn left, I protect. Tailwind, no! I mean, I think it was gonna outspeed me either way. Oh wait, rain didn't end. Okay, well, L. Now that sucks. I really wish I had overdrive last turn. Okay, so now we know, guys, if it says 1 out of 5, in reality what that means is there are 2 turns left, so it's always 1 more. I lost the next game because I had no clue what a Frostmoth could do, but more importantly, it was technically my first loss to a Garchomp. A bad omen for later. On the bright side, that was my final loss before breaking into Great Ball tier. The next game, I actually won off some clean predictions. I'm predicting he clicks Sucker Punch here. Let's go! Read like a book, son! Read like a book. Yeah. Now, I'm guessing you're going to try and click Weather Ball here. And so I'm going to Terra Grass just to be safe. I just want to secure my W here. Yep. Yep. A little too predictable there, brother. That is so much damage, though. Holy, a crit. That makes sense. Why is no one playing Pokemon? Is there no challenger good enough? Alright. Josh, you've been chosen. My second to last game before Great Ball had some crazy close calls. But chat was toxic when it mattered, and thanks to Greg healing with Bitter Blade, he picked up 3 knockouts for the win. Give me my HP back. My last game in Pokeball tier went really quick, and you're not gonna see it coming. My opponent leads Dondozo and Pelipper, but Pelipper was only needed for Rain. So it's swapped out to Tatsugiri, which combines with Dondozo to really power it up. Still on turn 1, they Terra Dondozo, but it's Terra Grass. Chat goes down in 1 shot, but I'm not too worried. I'll let you experience this the way I did. I think 2 Ice Beams is better than a Helping Hand. I think we should both live this. Yeah? Let's go! What? What? That fast? And he still was in. He still could have won that. I feel like he still could have won that. Yeah, look, he's 1 HP, brother. He just got mad. Let's go. Hey, listen, that just shows you, though. I made this team thinking about the mainstream Pokemon and how I could best counter them. Like, Dondozo wasn't super on my radar, but I knew I had Grass Knot at the very least, and it just worked out that he Terra Grassed, and I brought 2 Pokemon specifically for Dondozo either way. There we go. Into Great Ball tier, baby. Into Great Ball tier. I think I might go live again later, but I think I'm going to call it there. We are into Great Ball tier, baby. Come on! 9 hits, 4 losses day 1. To get from beginner to Great Ball, it only took me 13 games. I'll admit at this point, I was low-key thinking getting to Master Ball was going to be a breeze. Sadly, the prophecy. My gut tells me I'm going to get to like Great Ball though and be kind of in the blindy. I tried to start off day 2 on a good mental note by giving my shinies a bath. But the prophecy bequeathed no mercy for cute shinies. I think I lived this. I didn't live it. I died of that? What can I do? I never could have predicted the jump in competition Great Ball tier had in store. And suddenly, everywhere I looked, I saw Indeedee, the harbinger of the Blender prophecy. It set up terrain that prevented my Shadow Sneak, lived any hit with Focus Sash, and expanding force shattered health bars and dreams. Things weren't looking great, so I knew I needed to step back, take a break, and think about making some changes to the team. I beat the new Call of Duty Zombies Easter egg that had just come out, had Cody help rebuild my PC, had a psych watch party, then I taught Greg Close Combat, Burger King Protect, and the IRS Taunt. I also changed its Terra to Dark to forge it into the anti-Indeedee weapon it was destined to be. But it wasn't enough. Hey, today I learned Mousehold gets Sunny Day, everybody. Did you know that the mouse Pokemon, that the family of 4 mouse Pokemon gets Sunny Day? I definitely didn't have that in my book. Oh boy. I was at least able to stop some Indeedees on day 3, but something about the team still wasn't working. At one point, I even lost a 2v1 to the bulkiest Vaporeon of all time. It only took me 13 games to go from beginner to Great Ball, but after day 3, I had played 32 games in Great Ball. Something needed to change. I knew in my heart that I have what it takes to make it to Master Ball. I feel like when I actually know what my opponent's Pokemon do, I'm really good at reading and predicting what they're gonna do, and outplaying and maneuvering around them. What am I missing? To be honest, it really felt like there were too many times where I'd look at my team and look at my opponent's team and think, what am I supposed to do? Being able to build a good team for competitive Pokemon is certainly a skill of its own. And while I certainly believe in each individual Pokemon on the team that I've created, and their potential to get to Master Ball, together it just didn't seem like this team had it in them to go the distance. I was intentionally hesitant at first to use mainstream Pokemon, but what this team needed was experience. I'm calling in backup. If you didn't know already, Incineroar is arguably the best Pokemon ever created. Not because of raw power, but because it can incredibly support any team. It has one of the best abilities in the game, lowering enemy attack when it hits the field. And with Fake Out, Knockoff, and Parting Shot, it can easily change the momentum of any game. And he won't have to do all the heavy lifting. Goldengo may not be the greatest of all time, but for a while it was running the show in Scarlet and Violet. It has a crazy good typing and a busted ability. I wanted Capitalism to be a bit bulkier than other Goldengos, but even still, no opponent wants to get hit by a Make It Rain. Finally, getting worked by one earlier inspired me to get a Vaporeon myself. Vaporeon is known for its bulk, and water is already a great defensive typing. I even gave it Ground Terra to cover for Electro Shots from Archaludon. But better than that, I gave Anime the Vaporeon Yawn, which guarantees to put the target to sleep after 1 turn. I didn't know it yet, but this would be the team I took to Master Ball. I'd love to start with a win, man. A win at the very beginning would be such a motivation boost. Before we jump into how I escaped Great Ball tier, let me go over just a couple more changes I made to the team. The biggest and most important was giving chat choice specs. I originally avoided choice specs because whenever your Pokemon hits the field holding them, they are locked into whatever the first move they click is. But at this point, the benefit of 1.5 times damage is too good to pass up. So instead of Protect, chat now has Boom Burst, which is a very powerful move on its own already, but it's boosted even more by chat's ability Punk Rock. And it's boosted even more because I gave chat the normal Terra. The downside of Boom Burst is that it also hits your teammates. Thankfully, it's a normal type move. Capitalism is already Ghost type, Burger King's Terra type is Ghost, and YouTube Shorts Terra type is also Ghost. So I have 3 ways to be able to use Boom Burst safely, not including all of my Pokemon that have Protect. I also correctly evaluated that the Leftovers item was going to be way more valuable on Anime than it would be on Burger King. So instead, Burger King now has the Rocky Helmet item, so anytime he gets hit by a physical move, that attacker also takes damage. It's kind of like Thorns if you've ever played Minecraft. Finally, I'll go ahead and cover this now, even though it's a change that I kind of made a lot later. The last change I would make to this team is to Capitalism. I originally put the Clear Amulet on him because I really didn't know what other item would be good. And in addition, I found myself never clicking Nasty Plot. So instead, I gave him Reflect to make my whole team better against physical moves. But I also gave him the Grassy Seed. What the Grassy Seed does is anytime someone's holding it in grassy terrain, that Pokemon's defense raises. Now you may be looking at my team and realizing I have no way to set grassy terrain. I'm not using Rillaboom, but according to Pikalytics, about 1/3 of all other VGC players are. And I want to be able to have Capitalism on the field and not fear getting one-shot by a knockoff from a Rillaboom. So eventually I gave Capitalism the Grassy Seed so that I can more safely swap him into, specifically Rillabooms, and it really worked out. Okay, back to the heist. Hopping in my first game, I learned about Covert Cloak. This basically makes Fake Out useless, and I have no way of knowing whether or not my opponent has it. Boom Burst gets a double kill, but my opponent's Heat Wave does 1,000,000 damage. And notice, they have a Garchomp. I lose. My next game, I'm pretty sure was against a bot. Like, I don't want to be mean. I've played a lot of competitive video games, and I think I know an AI when I see one. Why would he do that? What's this play here? I'm so confused. I don't know why he did what he did there, but okay. He could Terra. He's probably gonna Terra Fairy it. That's smart. But I mean, a Shadow Ball from me. Oh, if I'd made it rain, I would have killed the Terra. He's tearing this? What? What? I mean, I'll take the free win. I'll take the free win, man. Thank you, I guess. Okay. I think that was a bot, everybody, but I'll take it. I will take free wins. I will take free wins. I renamed the team, and next game was the perfect opportunity to play around with YouTube Shorts, Intimidate, and Fake Out. I could Fake Out the slacking, wasting 2 turns because of Truant, and this Grand Bull's attack was intimidated so low it was useless. This was a clean win. I was only a few games in with the new team, and I already felt a massive momentum shift. I felt like I had way more tools to use to outplay my opponents. I'm predicting Incineroar. Oh, Sableye and Porygon. That's crazy. Is it not holding an item? Did I just not knock off anything? What's happening? What is this team? I don't know why Blood didn't do that in the first place. Here we are. W. And we're in rank 8, baby. We're doing it. Okay. Hey, he crit me. Dude, he was going for a freeze. I mad respect that. Remember how I mentioned Covert Cloak stopping Fake Out? Well, earlier I had also discovered an item called Mental Herb that shakes off Taunt. It'd be crazy if someone's using both of those items at the same time, right? It'd be so crazy. Like Terra Ghost Dragonite right here, it'd be crazy. He's got a Mental Herb? Oh my gosh. They have Mental Herb and whatever the item is that makes it where you can't get, I guess Covert Cloak. Mental Herb, Covert Cloak. That's crazy. I parting shot the Dragonite to bring in Burger King. Then, because the IRS fainted, I can swap YouTube Shorts right back in. This Dragonite has now had its attack lowered 3 times. Fake Out doesn't kill, but I was cool with it since Oranguru wasn't doing much, and Burger King gets his defense up. I wanted to keep that thing on the field so it does nothing for another turn while I get an iron defense up. I pulled YouTube Shorts out for Anime, and look how little this Dragonite can do now. Yeah. I'm playing this guy like a fiddle right now. Go ahead, use Instruct. Make it do another 3 damage to each of my Pokemon. Next turn, I pick up both knockouts as it really hits me how strong this new team is.
Dude, just being able to play around Intimidate and Parting Shot is so crazy good. Rillaboom comes out. Well, folks, this is where we tear a Garganacl, 100%.
You can see as I swap in YouTube shorts for an Intimidate, I'm checking a notepad I have where I wrote a big line of all the most popular Pokemon speeds to see how fast Rillaboom was. My opponent goes for Terra Water Cinderace, while I, of course, go for Terra Ghost Burger King. They double into BK this turn, but with 2 Iron Defenses and an Intimidate, he tanks and puts Rillaboom on a clock with Salt Cure.
I'll fake out Cinderace here.
I fake out Cinderace and body press Rillaboom next turn. Then I pull YouTube shorts back out for Anime again and protect Burger King.
Yep. Oh my god, thank you for that little heal. Thank you, kitten.
Cinderace uses Snarl to lower my special attack, and Rillaboom gets damage into Anime. But they don't realize Anime is here for one purpose. Yawn.
Kill the Rillaboom. We swap back into Incineroar, get another Intimidate off, and then I will Salt Cure the Cinderace so that we can slowly stall. Let's go! Dude, Intimidate and Parting Shot changes the game, man. GG's to my opponent, GG's.
I was feeling good, but still facing challenges. This game, my opponent cleverly used Earthquake Garchomp, while King Gambit was Terra Flying to avoid the damage. I couldn't even Intimidate the Garchomp because King Gambit's ability would then raise his stats. Another loss to a Garchomp.
If he protects Garchomp, that'd be crazy. Oh my god. Almost back to rank 7, man. What happened to the bots? How did I win 4 in a row and they were easy? And now I'm just like literally in the blender. Does this game have like insane skill base? Is it lying to me? It's like telling me that I'm playing against people in my rank, but I'm not. I won 4 games and they were like, alright, give them the Garchomps.
I picked up a clean win next game, and then my next opponent clearly had a favorite move.
Okay. Interesting call from this guy. Let your Umbreon go to sleep, man. That's cool. Okay. GG.
The new team was killing it. And even though this next game wasn't getting me into Master Ball tier, it was a game I'll never forget. Because this is the game where I took down my nemesis, Garchomp.
Give me another bot, dude. Let me fight against somebody who's somehow magically made it to rank 8 with like only a team of Wurmple, Lechonk, Pidgey, Wurmple, Lechonk, Pidgey, Rattata. Just give me some easy stuff, man. Well, yeah, this is the loss. Well, this is a hard loss right here. Gonna go ahead and let everyone know this is a L. This is a fat L for me. What will be my play? How do I not lose this? I think I just lose either way. Like, can I wish I could just back out. I don't want to fight this guy. If I win this, it's a miracle.
Right off the bat, my opponent immediately defensively tears their Garchomp. I fake out the Garchomp so that it can't do anything this turn, and then my Ice Beam does hardly any damage, but freezes.
Let's go! Deserved.
I decide to Scald Tyranitar this turn, but my opponent sees it coming and swaps it out. I'll let you experience this how I did from here.
This guy's outplaying me, man. That's a really good prediction from him that I would... And then you thaw out turn 1, so it didn't matter. Cool. Cool, man. I can't get anything. I can't get anything. Yeah, this match was over as soon as it started. There was nothing I could have done. I have one hope. I have one hope. Here's my one hope, okay? Yeah, everybody gets buffeted. Can we speed this along? Yep, I sure do have leftovers. Yep, you're burned. Yep. Here is our play, ladies and gentlemen. I swap in Toxicity. This is the one way I think I can win this game. I am going to go. I'm going to protect, and I'm going to Terra Normal Boom Burst and hope that I live this guy's Earthquake or whatever he's throwing out at me. If he uses Earthquake here, which is probably the most likely play, I have to just hope I live in Earthquake. If I don't live in Earthquake, I lose. But I was already in a losing position anyway, so this is the risk I'm taking. It's got to be EQ. It's pretty predictable here. Yep. I just have to hope I live. I lived. We're not out. We're not out yet. We're not out yet, fellas. We're not out yet. We are certainly not out yet. I gotta look up T-Tar's speed. I technically outspeed. I am max speed. There's no way that this Tyranitar outspeeds me, right? Unless it's choice. If he's a weirdo here and like protects Excadrill, that'd be insane. Okay. Get a yawn off. Excadrill speed's only 88. It's honestly not that fast, but it is faster than all my mons. Oh, is it choice in the Iron Head? I'm guaranteed to get one turn of sleep on that thing. Wow. I should not have won that game. That was a miracle. That was crazy. I mean, I'm proud of myself. I feel like I definitely played that really well. Taking the risk on the Boom Burst was just insane. I am one away from Ultra Ball tier. It is December 23rd. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Maybe tomorrow is an early Christmas present. I'll get into Ultra Ball tier.
Being so close to Ultra Ball tier, I was so eager to keep playing, I couldn't wait. I hopped back on later that night and faced heartbreak.
I think I threw. It's just gonna Earth Power into... I don't outspeed, I'm dead. I threw, man! Yeah, I threw. I threw.
And just like that, I was back in the blender.
Oh, interesting team. Crits me, of course, man. I had parting shot at it, and it was intimidated. Yeah, that's insane. The crit 100% mattered.
I was so close, but it wasn't over yet. I entered a period where I just kept winning a couple, then losing a couple, making no progress. But the whole day, I was learning. One thing I learned early was who the MVP of this team really was, and I hadn't seen it coming.
W. He's probably like, what? It would be Terraing. If he does the exact same play that he did last time, I can get a Salt Cure off into Dragonite here. E-Speed, yep. He just needs to not attack. Let's go. Let's go. And I get a yawn off! Come on! I am playing out of my mind!
Alone, Anime's yawn was already vicious. But if I could pull off partnering Anime and Burger King, I'd feel unstoppable.
Should fall asleep. Whopper, 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 Whopper. Scoob, I played you already. And he beat me last time. It's kind of not fair. I don't know why I have to play somebody twice. Okay. That kills me. I've fought Scoob twice, and I've lost both times. Surprise! Why would I play him again, and I get crit twice? Why is this going to even count against my rank? This is so stupid. Are you telling me that there's only 4 people playing? There's only 4 people playing online Pokemon? This guy is clearly better than me. He's got a better team. His team wins against me. He outplays me. And I have to keep playing against him? How is this fair?
At one point, I had a 1v1 with Anime against another Vaporeon, and I think if the battle had gone on, I was for sure gonna win because I was out-healing the enemy Vaporeon. But I swear this guy hacked me. I had never had any disconnection issues until this game.
I think I have to stop playing just because I don't want to play Scoob again. If Scoob's still around, I can't play him again and risk losing my rank.
Speeding through some more highlights, I had a funny endgame with Burger King in a 1v1, where I figured that my only way of winning was probably to spam Protect and hope Salt Cure did enough damage.
I think I have to go for the double because I'm not living a CC. I mean, Reflect is up. Oh my gosh, I got it. Now imagine I get the three-peat. Imagine I get the three-peat. It's gonna die to Salt Cure either way, so imagine I get the three-peat. I couldn't do it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't even be mad. That was a funny game. That was a funny game. GG. It's good to know that my Glide Sport's the fastest thing on the field. Oh no. Well, that's awful.
I picked up an important piece of information this game. At this point, I was able to confidently say that my Incineroar was faster than basically everyone else's Incineroar I fought.
W.
I got another FF when I revealed Ghost Terror to someone who really wanted to body press. And I played against someone with only 4 Pokemon. A neat concept, but I took the W. You might find yourself wondering at this point, weren't you only 1 game away from Ultra Ball? Yeah. But like I said, I kept winning and then losing, winning and losing. Here's a great clip of what would happen to me every time I'd get 1 or 2 games away from Ultra Ball.
Some people are so lucky, man. Some people are so lucky. And it's into the Incineroar. Some people are so lucky, man. Why could it never be me? And it crit, look at this. The early wake-ups, the crits, like... Every time. It's like the game literally won't let me get to Ultra Ball tier. It's always on my Ultra Ball tier games when I get crit, flinch, froze, like... Come on, man.
Something I feel like is important to mention is just how insane the queue times can sometimes be. Sometimes I'd straight up be in queue for like 15 minutes. But let me be clear when I say in queue, most competitive games, when you're ready to queue up for a ranked match, you click queue, and then you stay in the queue until you find a match. Not Pokemon. If you don't find a match in the first, I'd say 60 seconds or so, the game just says, oh, we couldn't find a match. And then it takes you out of the queue. So it's not like you can even queue and then go and do something else waiting for your game to find a match. You have to actively be constantly clicking re-queue. And let me be so real with you, it feels so bad to sit in queue for like over 10 minutes just to get slammed in a match in like the first 2 turns. Despite my own building frustrations, this team still wanted it bad. Everyone was stepping up.
Let's go!
The IRS even tanked one for the team at one point.
Mudsdale is so huge. What the heck? Oh my gosh, I live those. Oh my gosh.
With my team stepping up, I had to step it up as well.
I'm gonna predict that he Terras. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Come on.
I was in this Great Ball blender for a while. I'll admit, I was texting my friends saying like, dude, I don't know if this video is gonna happen. I might have to pivot and turn this into a 100 games played video instead of a I got to Masterball video. My morale was kind of hitting an all-time low. But when I got to 100 games played, I was so close to Ultra Ball. So I made a decision in my mind. I had gotten 1 game away again and I lost. So I needed 2 wins. I determined if I lost that game, I was done. I won, but then I got to 1 game away again and lost. I basically determined if I ever got more than 2 wins away, I was calling it. Again, you can tell my morale's kind of low at this point. I was low-key ready for it all to be over. But here's how it went.
I can hope that for some reason he faked out Vaporeon here. If he fakes out Vaporeon, I'm not out of this. Oh my, he didn't fake out. I don't want to win. Wait. No, don't let me win. Interesting. There's no world in which I would have attacked you. Don't know why you protected. Dude, don't throw and let me win this. Oh my god. If he Dire Claws into this slot. Yep. Yep. No, don't throw and let me win. No, I wasn't supposed to win this. Oh no. This guy effed around and let me win this, man. Come on. I shouldn't have won this, man. Now I have to play again. Ah. Dude, I don't know what to say, man. Get me out. Now, please let me win just so I can end this. I've been at this point so many times.
This game took all the Pokemon knowledge I had been learning and put it to the test. My opponent leads Pelipper Ensign, and I've learned to fear Weatherball. So I swap IRS out for Anime, but my opponent swapped Pelipper for Archaludon. I fake out their Ensign, so nothing really happens turn 1. But seeing 3 of my opponent's 4 Pokemon, I make a decision. Terra Ground Anime will win me this game.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting a yawn off into King Gambit. I feel like things are going pretty well right now. It would only make sense if here in a minute I get crit. Surely this is going to go to Vaporeon. Surely. Surely he went into Vaporeon. Let's go.
I parting shot the Archaludon to lower its special attack, but I recognize I'm not going to be able to send YouTube Shorts back in with King Gambit on the field or I'll proc its Defiant.
I'm gonna Ice Beam just in case he swaps the Pelipper.
I correctly analyze my opponent wants to swap out, but they don't do it in the way I thought they would. They swap out both of their Pokemon. I definitely think they wanted to intimidate the IRS, but they didn't know I was Hypercutter.
Let's go. Oh my gosh, then I'm gonna get an Ice Beam off into Pelipper. Wait, this is big. Alright, who wants to take this high horsepower, brother?
As much as I want the IRS to take out King Gambit here, I want to be safe and preserve the IRS since it's my main answer to Archaludon. What I didn't expect is my opponent makes the most recklessly wild play and powers up their King Gambit.
I could have just won the game, though, to be fair. If I had just stayed in, I win the game. He does Swords Dance. This guy, I mean, he could have predicted something like that. I don't know. I will now yawn. You know, I'm not in the worst position. I will now yawn and Salt Cure. Interesting. That's so much damage. Holy. He could be using Flash Cannon.
I don't think I can afford any risky plays, so I double protect, expecting Anime to heal and King Gambit to take Salt Cure damage. After I make this play, I realize immediately that my opponent clearly wants to set Rain up and protect King Gambit, and they of course sit in Pelipper to do so. But with King Gambit off the field, I can get YouTube Shorts back in safely. My opponent Terra's Pelipper, and with that, a Weather Ball is too much for Burger King. Thankfully, Flash Cannon does nothing to YouTube Shorts.
So I can get a fake out and the Pelipper. I think I'll also try and knock it off. If he swaps Pelipper, he's the GOAT. I'm getting damage into King Gambit at least either way. Okay. Big crit. Kill the Pelipper.
I check my speed stats and realize there's no way for this King Gambit to outspeed my IRS. I take it out with high horsepower and YouTube Shorts tanks an Electroshot.
Oh my gosh, I live those.
This allows me to lower Archaludon's special attack even further with Parting Shot and bring in Anime safely to close this battle out.
On the off chance this has Covert Cloak. Let's go. Please tell me that gets me to Ultra Ball. Let's go! Let's freaking go! Oh my gosh! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my freaking goodness! Let's go! I gotta turn the cam back on for a sec. Let's go! I feel like this, like, it's like euphoria right now, man. I almost feel like crying. Holy! Oh, the grind to get here was insane. Oh my goodness.
I wasn't in Master Ball yet, but boy, it sure felt like it. Remember how it only took me 13 games to go from beginner to Great Ball? It took me 92 games to escape Great Ball. This is the point where I remind you, I am brand new to competitive, and I also made my own team, I had to rebuild the team. Like, I was just kind of running into a brick wall over and over there for a little bit. And there were so many moments where I was just straight up learning new things. Like, I didn't know certain Pokemon's move sets at all. I didn't know how terrains would work. After hitting Ultra Ball, I took a long break, but I knew I only had until January 5th to get to Master Ball before the rank reset. And as we near the end of the video, I'm not going to show you all of the games I played to get from Ultra Ball to Master Ball. It only took me 16, which is way less than 92. Even though there were some cool moments probably in there, I promise you've basically seen everything. Like, again, everyone was using Rillaboom. Everyone was really using Ursaluna. Oh my goodness. In Ultra Ball tier, it was like Blood Moon Ursaluna on steroids all the time. I put a Hydreigon to sleep in the final game, Grassy Seed on Goldengo popped, Boom Burst slapped, and then I did something so devious to this poor Dragonite, I don't know if it will ever battle again. Look how many parting shots or intimidates it takes. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching this whole thing. Oh my gosh, I've had so much fun making this video. Playing was super fun, editing was super fun. It took forever. This is like genuinely the most effort I've ever put into a video, but gosh, I loved every moment of it. So if you enjoyed, please just show your support. Leave a like or subscribe below if you want to see more, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about competitive Pokemon. Do you think you could have done it better than me? You probably could have. Have you ever played before? Have you never considered it? Are you not a Pokemon person? Just tell me what you think. I'm super excited to do even more cool videos like this one, so I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, I got it. I can't believe you were able to transfer over stolen files that fast. I just opened it. Yeah, you guys did great. Get some rest.